It is currently 1:11 p.m. on May 7th, 2021. So anyways, as you may notice, I haven't been posting as many video blogs or of my streams of homework on my homework channel because I kind of lost the motivation to make those videos. I have been doing some streams, but I just didn't export them to the channel because I didn't feel like it. So, but anyways, it's May 7th, and we're almost to the end of the semester. This long semester that started all the way back at the end of January. It's almost over. It will be over on May 18th, for me at least, because, wait a minute. Oh no, actually it'll be over on the 19th, but maybe I can finish sooner. I don't know if the final exam for business communication, I don't know if she'll let us do it whenever we want or if we have to do it at a certain time, but I think there's a higher chance that we'll be able to do it whenever, so technically I could finish sooner. I should have looked. I'm kind of curious to know how many points that is, but anyways, so the interesting thing is, the final exam situation for this semester for me is going to be not very difficult. I mean, obviously it's easier because I have only 3 classes, but actually, the final exam for one of the classes is going to be easy, and then for another class there is no final exam. So there's only one hard final. There's one hard final and one easy final. And that's it for me. So the business communication final, I think it's going to be easy because, well, I'm not sure. I really don't know too much about it. It's like a quote unquote PRC 24 instrument. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think it might be just kind of like a quiz, kind of like all of our other quizzes that we've had over the semester. Like maybe she'll say that she's just going to take questions from the other quizzes. I'm not sure. Hopefully she gives us some information about it, but I think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be a multiple choice quiz that's just really easy, or test. Darn it. Actually, now I'm curious. I just really want to know. I just want to know if it's like worth a lot more. I think it might be worth more points, but I'm not sure. Do I have this open still? Oh, I do. It's worth 50 points. The initial one was 25 points. The last one is a 50-point one. Oh, you know what? It says a reflection. We have to write a reflection. Well, guess what? Reflection papers are very easy because you just have to write, like, I don't know, what you've learned or something, how it's applied to you or whatever. It's just, it shouldn't be that bad. I was looking in the wrong class. Darn. Is there any pages that talk about the final thing? Probably not. Yeah, it's not here. But I want to look at the first PRC instrument because it might be similar to the first one. Because I remember the first one, it was just like a quiz, wasn't it? Wait just a minute. This is not what I think at all. Okay, so the PRC 24 instrument is not a quiz. It's just a self-assessment. It's just a self-assessment thing. Nice. So actually it's going to be quite easy because I just have to take this thing again, this communication thing. So yeah, it's going to be kind of weird because I don't know if my communication skills really improved as a result of the course. But I mean, it should be fine. It's definitely better than having to study for a test. So actually it's going to be easy. So unfortunately for our management accounting class, we actually have a final exam, a comprehensive final exam that covers the entire semester. So that's going to be the one I study for the most. I won't even have to study for the business communication one, but the management accounting one I'll probably have to spend several hours studying. But for now, we just need to focus on all the remaining assignments before we start working on this final exam stuff. So the easiest class by a mile for this semester was the microeconomics class, because all we had for the entire semester was quizzes. For some reason, the way the professor did the class, all we had were quizzes. And you know how we study for the quizzes? He gave us lecture notes. He gave lecture notes, and each part of the lecture notes was like anywhere from 10 to 20 pages long, maybe 30 pages. Well, it kind of depends. Like some parts had some parts had divided up into multiple parts, but each section of it was like anywhere between 10 and 20 pages. Sometimes we would have to read like 20 pages, sometimes 30 or 40 pages for a quiz. But like for each quiz, it was like 20 to 40 pages of notes to read. That's still way better than having to read a textbook, I think, because it's just all the information that we need to know rather than the entire textbook. But anyways, all we had to do was read the notes and then answer the multiple choice questions pertaining to the notes. So it was extremely easy. And in fact, I never actually read the entirety of the notes. All I would do is I would read the summaries of the notes that he conveniently provided at the top of each part. And then I would answer any question I could from the summary. And then if I couldn't answer another question, I would look for the answer to the question from the notes, which is probably not the best way to learn the material, but it's the best way to just complete the course, or at least the most fast, efficient way to complete the course. And as a result of me doing it like that, I did end up getting some questions wrong on every quiz, but it was enough to where I could still end up with an A in the class. So my current grade in the class is like 92%, and we have one more quiz left. And each quiz takes me about one and a half hours to do, which is so funny. Like I only spend like 1.5 hours per 1 to 2 weeks on the class. Like on average, I probably only spent like half an hour per week on that class. So the real challenge will be to complete the management accounting and business communication courses. And the second easiest one is management accounting, but I'd say management accounting and business communication are similar in the difficulty. But in fact, actually, business communication I find to be significantly more difficult, because at least with management accounting, it's just doing like problems, and it's very straightforward stuff. Like you just have, we have a group project where we have a budget to do, and then we have to do a budget of something. I think I don't remember what exactly it is, but it should be quite easy. I just have to look into it and see like what the format of the budget needs to be and whatnot, and we're gonna have to do some calculations and use Excel to make the budget, and figuring that stuff out might take a bit, but once I figure it out, it should be quite straightforward. And it's a group project too, so I don't even have to do the whole thing. And then the only other thing we have left in that class, in the management accounting class, is the final exam, and that will be a little bit of a difficult thing to study because it's the entire semester. But on the other hand, it's just accounting. It's not like, I mean, I don't know. Actually, maybe it could be difficult to study for, but hopefully I'll figure out an efficient way to study for the final. Probably what I'll do is study all of the previous quizzes and the previous exams. I'll even specifically ask the professor if he can open up all of the previous quizzes and exams so we can study Or if that's not the best way, I'll ask him like, what's the best way to study for this, so I can have an efficient way to study instead of just kind of blindly, looking through the textbook or whatever. But I think I feel confident that if I do the proper amount of studying, it should be pretty straightforward to study for that test and get a good grade on it. So oh yeah, and also there's this other assignment that was due a few days ago, but I didn't do it, and I'm gonna try to do it today and see if I can get the points, because it's actually 15 points. I kind of want to get those 15 points. So I wrote that down, homework chapter 10. Oh yeah, and there's the project discussion, but that's like only 4 points, and it's pretty easy. And then finally, business communication will be the hardest class to complete. And I put myself in kind of a predicament in this class because I was unable to get myself to do some of the key assignments from the past few weeks. So there was some kind of letter I had to write that was worth 25 points, but I didn't do it. And also the individual presentation, which was worth 75 points, and I did not do that. I tried to do it, but I just wasn't able to do it. Basically, the problem was that I waited until the day it was due, and then I tried working on it like all day that day, but I got discouraged. By the time it got to be like 5 or 6 o'clock, I got discouraged because I still had so much work to do on it, and yet it was due in like 5 hours, and then I just gave up. And then the next day I was going to try to turn it in a day late. Whoops, voice call. But then I just could not, for some reason, I just could not motivate myself, because I had for some reason I had like writer's block. I had some kind of weird problem that I couldn't get over, and then every time I would think about trying to work on it, I'd be like, oh, there's this one problem I just can't figure out, and it's just, I'm going to be sitting there forever. Long story short, I didn't do it, but the good news is that my professor, she graded them, obviously gave me a 0, but then she wrote in the feedback that if I turn in the outline by tomorrow, and then I turn in the presentation by the next day, she'll give me partial credit. So that's very nice of my professor to give me an extra chance for that. Unfortunately, there was an assignment where I had to grade it was either one or two other people's presentations, and I didn't do that, and I don't think I'll be able to do that, so that's kind of unfortunate. But so long story short, that's going to be the main obstacle that I have to get over for the next 2 days. Hopefully I can do it, because I have already done quite a bit of work on that presentation, so I should be able to finish it and turn it in and get some points back for that. And I was actually kind of relieved to see that even my grade at the moment is 72%, which I know is really, really bad. Actually, I'm kind of curious to know if that's still a passing grade. At this point, like, I just want to pass the class. I don't even care anymore. I just want to pass the class. But even if the course were to end today, even with the terrible stuff that's happened, would I still pass with the 72%? I'm kind of curious to know. Let's look. Come on. Where's the grading scale? There should be a grading scale here, right? Here we go. Okay, so actually, I don't know if a C- is a passing grade. I don't know. I would end up with a C- if the course ended today. Is C-, wait, passing UW Plattsville. Like, what's a failing grade in a class? Where, really? You don't tell me? Well, so D is a poor and F is a fail, but I thought like if you get a D in a class, I don't think you pass it, right? I don't know if a C minus is a passing grade or not. Does it say in the syllabus? I don't know. Well, but I really should make sure I pass. Obviously, I my goal is to get a B in the class because I think I can still end up with a B, even though my grade right now is at C minus. So the reason why I think I can get a B in the class is one, I can get partial credit for the individual presentation, and two, our teacher is very nice, and for our final. Well, it's not a discussion post, but for our week 15 options, she gave us the option to redo an old assignment that we got a bad grade on, which is so great because I can just pick one of the 25-point assignments that I skipped. In fact, I think the only 25-point assignment I skipped, it may be one of the discussions or it may be the letter of recommendation or whatever it was that I skipped. One of those, maybe one of the discussion things could be easy to do. Maybe it's 25 points. In fact, that might just be it. Maybe I should do that for my week 15 options. Let's see. Week 5 options. I should probably do this one. It's worth 25 points, and all I have to do is watch one of these videos and then write some stuff on it. So that's nice. That's really, really nice. I'll probably do that for that. And yeah, hopefully I can still get a B. So anyways, the assignments that I need to do in order are the individual presentation outline. I need to turn in by tomorrow night. The individual presentation turn in by 5 p.m. Sunday. And then chapter 14 quiz is due Monday at 9:30. And then the group presentation is due Monday. Oh my gosh. This is going to be really hard to do because I have to do my individual presentation and the group presentation at the same time, basically. Darn. But anyways, the group presentation is due Monday at 11:59 on Monday. And then after that, the group presentation outline, oh yeah, I guess I just added that. That's extra credit. For some reason, she made that due 2 days later. I'm not sure why, but we're just going to turn it in at the same time that we turn in our group presentation and just get the free points there. That's another boost of points that we can get, that I can get. But we can obviously get it, but especially me because I need the points to pass, get it and get a B in the class. Then the next thing is an employee review letter, which is due Wednesday, and it's worth, I think it's 25 points. And then the other thing due Wednesday is the week 15 options, in which I will do the week 5 discussion thing, which should be pretty easy to get the free 25 points back. And then the final thing we have, I said quiz here because I feel like there should be another quiz because in the syllabus it says there's 15 quizzes, but we've only done 14, but the 15th one isn't showing up for some reason. So maybe there's going to be another quiz, but maybe not. So, and then the PRC24 instrument, which is going to be easy, and it's also a reflection. I'm guessing a reflection paper, which should be somewhat easy, and it's due the following Wednesday, not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, and that's it. So I just listed everything I have to do. That's literally everything left, and it will all be over by the 18th or 19th. So exactly 2 weeks from today, everything will be done. The entire semester will be done, but I have to do all this stuff before then. So, yeah, I guess now what I'll just talk about is, before I get started on it, I'm going to kind of talk about my motivation to do homework. So as you can tell, over the past few weeks, I've struggled quite a bit with motivating myself to do homework. I literally did not do a 75-point assignment and a 25-point assignment and a 15-point assignment for management accounting. I skipped all 3 of those, and it's pretty terrible. I've just been struggling to get myself to do anything over the past few weeks for some reason. I don't know why. And it's gotten to the point where I feel like I don't know if I can even motivate myself to finish this degree, this accounting degree, because like I'm gonna have to just go through like the classes I dropped, the human resources and corporate finance. I'm gonna have to take those again, and like how can I do that? Like how can I? And then there's like 3 or 4, I don't know how many more, but there's gonna be like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 more classes that are similar to these classes that I'm not going to enjoy at all, and I'm going to have the same exact issues, and I'm feeling really unmotivated at this point, but I don't think I'm going to give up on it. I was kind of considering giving up and not completing the 4-year degree, but I think I'm going to keep going. But I think what I'm going to do, I really want to break. Originally I was going to take classes over the summer. Like I was going to basically not have a summer break, because I looked at the calendar and there's only like a 4-day gap in between the spring and summer semester. So like my original plan was just to take the summer classes like I've been doing throughout my college my college education so far. Like every summer so far during college, I've taken some classes. But this summer, I was originally planning to just take some classes over the summer. But then I was feeling so unmotivated that I was like, I don't even want to take any classes over the summer. But then I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty I have a feeling that I'm going to have to take classes over the summer if I want to finish the 4-year degree by the following summer, because that was my original plan, was to finish this 4-year degree in my 4th year of college. You would think I would want to do that. So, and in order to finish the 4-year degree in 4 years, I would have to be done by next summer of 2022. And I think that it's probably going to be a lot of classes, and I think I'm going to have to take some summer classes this summer and next summer in order to finish by then. But I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to kind of do some math or like look at the degree requirements and see. So long story short, I don't think I can really skip the entire summer. If I skip the entire summer, 1, I'm going to have to take another extra semester to finish the degree, and 2, I don't know if my parents would be all that happy with me just doing nothing all summer. But I think my new plan is that I'm going to look into the possibility of skipping like the first 4 to 8 weeks of the summer, because a lot of the classes over the summer are either 8-week or 4-week, 8, 6, or 4-week courses, as opposed to the 12-week courses. I think is the normal summer semester is like 12 weeks. So instead of taking like 3 12-week courses, I might consider skipping the first 4 weeks, or maybe even the first 8 weeks, or maybe the first 6 weeks, I'm not sure, and then take some of those shorter classes, like maybe take a couple of 8-week courses, or maybe take like a 6-week course and a 4-week course, something to that effect, some random combination of 8, 6, and 4-week courses in the latter half of the summer. because all I want is just some kind of break. I know I really haven't been very productive over this past semester, but I've just had the weight of like having these assignments looming over my head every single week. I just want to have some kind of break, whether it be 4, 6, or 8 week break. I don't know, maybe I should just do a 4-week break. Maybe an 8-week break would be a little bit overkill. Probably a 4-week break would just be fine, because that's kind of like a month. That's a month off. Like, really, do I really need more than a month off? So probably what I'll do is just take a break for the first 4 weeks, and then sign up for some 4, 6, and 8 weeks courses after that 4-week break, and finish the summer and get a good amount of classes done over the summer, so I still have a good pace to finish my degree by 2022. And also what I need to do is figure out some kind of I just need to figure out some kind of method or something of motivating myself to actually do homework. Because obviously my whatever method I was using before, which is basically no method, but the method of just doing it because I feel like it or whatever method I've been using for the past 2 years. I guess actually I'm in my 3rd year of college, aren't I? So the past 3 years, whatever that method is, it's stopped working. For some strange reason, it worked for the first 2.5 years, but now it stopped working, because I'm obviously not going to get an A in the business communication class, and also I dropped 2 classes. If my motivation had been working, I would have actually completed those classes, and I would have ended up completing 5 classes this semester, not 3. So yeah, obviously that method of getting myself to do the work is completely breaking down at this point. So I need to figure out I tried, this streaming the homework, I guess, was my method, and doing video blogs of myself doing the homework was the method that I tried, and it worked for a little while, but then it stopped working this semester. So I need to figure out some new way of motivating myself for next semester and for the rest of college. But I don't really have time to do that at this point. The only thing I have time to do is just to finish all the assignments for this semester, because I have tons of stuff to do in the next 2 weeks to finish this semester. So this is going to be the placeholder method. This will be the placeholder method for motivating myself, and hopefully this will work for this 2-week period where I need to finish everything up for the semester. But it probably will not be a long-term thing, because I highly doubt this will work for the long term. I don't even know if it's going to work for this 2-week semester. That's how badly I feel right now. But hopefully it's got to work. Otherwise, I'm not going to pass the classes. So that's my situation. So I'll just explain the method that I'm going to use to motivate myself. So one part of it could be that I come to my mom's house, because I may feel a bit better here, but I don't know. I heard a noise upstairs. I don't know if somebody's here, but but anyways, it's possible I'll come here a few times to do homework like I did today, because I actually came here today because I felt like doing homework here instead of in my dad's house. But that's not the main part of the method. But if I feel like doing that I should definitely do that. But anyways, the main part of the method here is some stuff that I was doing before but slightly altered. So the video blog, obviously, I'm going to record vlogs, and the main aspect of this method is that I'm going to use a timer. So I have used a timer in the past, but usually what I would do with the timer is I would just time myself to see how many hours of homework I've done. But this time I've decided to do it a different way. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do the homework in 1 hour sessions instead of just one long session where I just do it. I think it's good to just do it in 1 hour sessions, but make sure I do plenty of the 1 hour sessions instead of just doing one or two. Obviously, I should probably do like 3 or 4 every day because of the sheer amount of homework I have to finish. So I'm going to do basically set the timer for 1 hour, just work for 1 hour straight. I think you may notice that I'm getting a motivation from a certain person I saw on YouTube who does like 11-hour or 12-hour streams of homework, and he does 1 hour sessions as well, and that's kind of where I got the motivation, that's where I got the idea. But anyways, I'll set the timer for 1 hour, work for 1 hour straight, no interruptions, no distractions, nothing. And then when the 1 hour is done, I'll take a small break. Now, the guy I saw, I don't even remember what his name is, but who does 12-hour streams, he gives himself a 10-minute break. For me, I feel like I'd be too restricted with a 10-minute break, so what I'm just going to do is take a short break of however long I want, but make sure it's not too long, otherwise I'm wasting time. Hopefully I won't take like a 10 billion hour break and then come back. No, obviously my break will be anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes. It could be an hour, but I probably should not do it an hour every time. So like between a 10 and 30 minute break, but it's untimed. And then I'll do another hour session, then take a break, then another hour session, and so forth. And what I'll do is I will actually, I didn't really plan this out very well, did I? I think I'm going to live stream this. Yeah, I could, I guess I could turn off the stream in between. And when I take my breaks, I'll turn off the live stream. It's fine. It doesn't have to be one continuous long stream. So what I'll do is live stream the hour, then turn off the live stream, take a break, and during the breaks, I will record a video blog and just talk about what I've done during the hours and talk about how much progress I've made, and that's about it. So, and I'll upload everything to the homework channel, and I'll also refer to this piece of paper I have here with the list of everything I need to do. Cross off stuff I've done, I guess. I could do that as well. Or I could even draw some check boxes on the end and just check off everything I finish. And so yeah, this is the new method I came up with to try to finish the semester. And as I said, it's probably not going to work, it's probably not going to work as well, but it's the only thing I have. So, well, it's the best thing I have right now, but yet it's still not what I'm going to be using long term. I'm going to have to come up with something better for the future. But since this is the best thing I have, I'll just have to use this. And hopefully it'll be good enough to allow me to pass my classes. The microeconomics class is going to be extremely easy. All I have to do is one little easy assignment that takes 1.5 hours and we're good. And management accounting, we just have our budgeting project, and then the final exam, and then the business communication, we have a long list of stuff. But hopefully we can do all that stuff. What's the number of things we have here? It's basically the individual presentation is one thing. The chapter 14 quiz is one thing, so that's 2. And then group presentation is one thing, that's 3. And then the employee review letter, 4. Week 15 options, 5. And then the final PRC thing, 6. So basically 6 things we have to do. 2 presentations, 1 quiz, 1 employee review letter, and one discussion post, and then the PRC24 instrument. And of those things, I think 3 of them are going to be relatively easy to do. The quiz is going to be the easiest one because it's just a quiz. I just have to read the chapter and then take a quiz that's only 10 questions. And then the week 15 options will be pretty easy because I just have to watch a video and then write like 4 or 5 sentences, and that's basically it. And then the PRC24 instrument, I think it should be pretty easy to do. It might take 1 or 2 hours. That's about it. But then the other 3 things are going to be probably kind of difficult. The 2 presentations and then the employee review letter, although I think obviously the review letter, or the employee review letter will be much easier than the presentations. Okay, so that's it. So yeah, obviously that was kind of a long video. And just for the sake of convenience, I'm probably going to separate all these vlogs into different videos because I don't feel like editing it takes too long to edit them together, so I may as well just do the easier thing and just upload them all as separate videos. So anyways, that's about it for this. I will now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do homework chapter 10 for accounting. Actually, you know what? I didn't even read I didn't even do the, so usually what I do for the management accounting class is I do the online smart book thingy, which takes me about 1 hour or maybe 1.5 hours. And then I do the homework assignment. And the homework assignment was due a few days ago. I don't know if I'm going to even get the credit for it, but I'll at least attempt to do it. But I'm assuming the smart book thing is going to take an hour at the very least, so it's probably going to take me like 2 hours to do that accounting stuff. Should I even do that though? I mean, it's going to help me study for the final, but on the other hand, I don't even know if I'm going to get the points for it because it was a late assignment. I'm also actually reconsidering this because like it's all this effort just to have only a slight chance of getting the points for the assignment. I don't even know. I mean, when I click on it, it lets me do the assignment, but 15 points. I don't know how heavily that's going to affect my final grade. It's probably going to be like 1 or 2% on the final grade. But like that's going to take a long time. All the effort for something that might not even get me any points. Let's see if it lets me do this. It says it's going to be reduced by 5% for every hour late. How many hours late has it been? It's been like 3 days. Well, like 2.5 days. So it's been like 48 hours. It's going to be 0. It's going to give me 0 points for this, right? According to this warning, it's going to be basically a 0. So I think I've changed my plan. I don't think I'm going to get my points for that. I will still do the homework assignment just to study for the final, but yeah, I think I'm going to do something else instead. So what else do we have to do? So we have our budgeting project. For some reason, he made this weird. Nice. Wait just a minute. Where's the discussion post? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I don't know what is up with this discussion thing here because it says you need to post 2 of your own and respond to at least 4 of the other members' postings. which is really weird. I don't know why you need to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. I just wrote okay to respond to my teammate. So I think I'm just going to ignore that. Hopefully it's not too bad. But so we have our budgeting project. I'm going to have to see what part of that I need to do. He made it due Sunday night, interestingly enough. I think I might probably what I'll do is just look into it and then just see which parts I need to do and let my teammates know which part I will do. Stop sniffing. So that's due Sunday. I think probably I should do that as soon as possible. So I guess I'll do that first. What I'll first do is look at the budgeting project and then look at which parts there are to it and then identify the part I want to do. Or if I can't identify it, I'll ask my teammates which parts they want me to do. But that'll be all I'll do for today. And then after that, we'll get started on our business communication stuff. So what we have, the main two things I need to focus on are the two presentations, the individual presentation and the group presentation. So I need to finish my outline for my individual presentation by tomorrow night. And then I need to turn in my actual presentation by Sunday before 5 p.m. But then we have our group presentation, which is due Monday. And we also have our quiz due Monday. But the thing with the group presentation is that we were going to have a meeting on Sunday to discuss our group presentation or work on it or whatever. And then we were going to do the presentation on Monday. So before 7 p.m. on Sunday, I need to have made some progress on that group presentation. Or do I really need to? Well, I should. It's going to be hard to... So what I'll probably do is I'll try to make a bunch of progress on the individual presentation. And then tomorrow... if I have some extra time, hopefully I'll have some extra time to work on it. Maybe even Sunday, what I'll do, maybe what I could do is just finish my individual presentation by tomorrow. And then on Sunday, work on the group presentation. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'll start with the individual presentation since it's due soon. So for the hour of time that I'm going to be working, what I'm going to do, and I might also even do the quiz at some point over the weekend too. Not sure when. So anyways, during this next hour, I will figure out which part of the budgeting project I will do, and then I'll work on my individual. You know what? Actually, I feel like doing the easier thing first. So I'll work on the budgeting. I'll figure out the budgeting project thing, and then I will do read chapter 14, and then take the quiz. And then if I have extra time in the hour, I'll start working on the individual presentation. Okay, finally done with this long video. Wow, that was long.